Ciao. The new year is around the corner, and here we are thinking about the new year resolutions. Hopefully, they're not the same ones that you were thinking about last year. Hopefully. Now, have you ever wondered why you did not follow through with your goals from last year? Have you ever wondered what kept you from pursuing what you wanted? Hey, Margaret, happy birthday. Well, we get so distracted. We get distracted by so many things. And then here comes the new year, here comes January. And it might be the 15th of January, it might be the end of January, might be halfway through the month, it might be 2-3 days after the beginning of the year. And we get lost and we forget about pursuing what we say we're going to pursue. Have you ever wondered why? Well, I have two personal theories. One of them is that the goal is not big enough. Because if the goal was big enough and you will hold that picture in your mind, and believe me, you're going to pursue it. You're going to go after. So it has to be something that really, really scares you. Because if it really scares you, and you hold that picture in your mind with the will is a muscle. And the more you use it, the stronger it gets. And, it's like your biceps. If you go to the gym every day and you exercise them and use them every day, depends on your age, depends on the amount of protein you eat, but sooner or later that muscle is going to get so strong. And the will is the same way. So if you hold the picture of your goal in your mind strong enough, you will pursue it. Keep on exercising that willpower, and you will go after. But again, it has to be something that really, really scares you, because if it doesn't scare you, it's not worth it, It's not worth the sacrifice. It's not worth losing sleep over. It's not worth going after. Now, the other idea that I have of why we don't pursue it is that, granted, there's a lot of distractions in our lives, cell phones, TVs, friends, social activities, and so on. Any and every little excuse is good for us to change route, to change direction. But again, with the will, you can hold that picture in your mind, and by holding that picture of the end result in your mind, you will obtain what you go after. So it doesn't matter if it's losing 20 pounds or gaining 5 or giving up something or whatever it is. It has to be something that you really want, because if you really want, believe me, you're going to go after. You're going to step on everybody's feet. They go after. It's all about you. It's nothing to do with anybody other than you. Now, in my life, I pursue quite a few things, but two things that really give me a new confidence in myself are, number one, learning the language on my own, the English language on my own. I mean, it wasn't easy. I have to admit it. I studied French. I studied 4 years of French. I went to France. I worked there. My dream was to move to France, and I ended up here. So my desire to learn the language was so strong. I mean, really strong. And Bay City did not offer any classes. There was no classes, and I had no formal education. I could not sign up for Delta, and I was on a visa. So it was pretty much like, it's all up to me. And it was up to me. And I'm a strong-willed, and I'm a strong-willed person now, but I was a strong-willed, just not to this extent back then. But I told myself, other people have learned, and there's more to it than just classes. I can do it. I just, You get the picture in your mind, on the screen of your mind, and you're going to go after, if it's big enough. If it's not big enough, it's not worth it. The second thing, and then, okay, before we go to the second thing, you judge how well I learned the language. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Just hold that picture in the screen of your mind. And I was not 5 or 10 years old. I mean, I was well over 24, 25 when I came here, and I knew zero of the language. Absolutely zero. But I did it. The second thing was giving up cigarettes. I mean, I smoked 2 to 3 packs of Marlboro Red a day. Anybody that's ever worked in Nino's back then and from 1981 on can tell you, every excuse was good for me to go outside and smoke. I mean, it was bad. I mean, really, really, I was a slave. I was a slave to cigarette. I had no willpower to stop it. I mean, back then, I didn't even know English enough to tell myself how stupid I was. But, you know, it's a New Year resolution. And I told myself, you know, yes, I can do it. It scared me. It was not easy. I mean, there has to be something that really scares you. And did not scare me in the fact that I was afraid to get sick. I didn't give a shit about getting sick. I mean, I loved smoking. It was my way out, my way in, and whatever you want to call it. But I did it, and 31 years later, I haven't had a cigarette, not even a single cigarette butt lapse. And that gave me so much power that now I know that the end of the year comes and the new year starts. I know that whatever I put myself into doing, I will succeed, because I'm exercising that muscle, that bicep. I don't go to the gym. I don't exercise my biceps. You know, my biceps are strong because I lift heavy pans and I drain the water when I cook 10 pounds of spaghetti at a time. But, you know, when it comes to your mind and your willpower, I strengthen that every single day. Every day when I get out of bed, it's getting stronger and stronger. And I just want to remind you that if the dream is strong enough, if the goal is scary enough, you're going to pursue it. And if it's not scary enough, don't even bother. Why try to sacrifice something? No, enjoy life, enjoy as it is until you're ready. You might not be ready this time around. You will be ready at the end of the year. Who knows? But I'm telling you, the reason why we repeat the same things over and over is because, one, our goals are not big enough to scare us and motivate us. And two is because we need the strength and the will first to go after. So if we combine the two, the world is ours. Now go back to work. Ciao.